guys, I hope you're well and having a good day so far, and welcome to today's Disney video. This is very exciting. As you all know, my love for Disney is beyond normal. Today I'm going to be talking about, as you probably know, my top 5 rides at Magic Kingdom. Now, I've had a look on the Disney World website and there is a long list of attractions, what Disney calls them, and experiences that you can do at Magic Kingdom, but I would say only around 22 of them are rides in my opinion, and even then some of them aren't like rides, but about 22 of them are rides. So I will probably do a different video on attractions that are my favourites, what I would call attractions as opposed to a ride. These aren't in any particular order, I could not rank them I don't think, and I probably will throw a few extras in at the end that I didn't include in my top 5. So my first ride in my top 5, and actually probably my favourite, is the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is in the Frontierland, I think, section of Magic Kingdom. Now, I have to say I'm not a thrill ride person, so you will not find Splash Mountain and Space Mountain in my top 5 because I can't do those sort of rides. I'm a massive wimp. So for me, when I went in 2013, going on Big Thunder Mountain was a massive deal for me because I was just so scared. The first time we went to Magic Kingdom I wasn't going to go on it, even though I had YouTube searched the ride so I could see the point of view of being on the train. I just didn't have the courage to do it, but when we went back I kind of had a Ellie, you never know if you're ever going to come back here kind of talk with myself, and was like, get yourself on the train, you can do it. It was quite late at night when we went on it and there wasn't much queue, so it was I wasn't standing there panicking for quite a while. I kind of hated it the first time I did it. We got off and my dad was like, right, you're going to do it again now, because if you do it again the fear will go. And we did it again, we walked straight back on and I was completely fine after that. So I think this might be one of my favourite rides because it's awesome, the theming is fantastic, it's kind of like the runaway train going through the mine and it's brilliant theming. But because I kind of conquered my fear, and some of you are probably thinking, God, this girl is really pathetic if that's scary to her, but it was a big deal for me to go on this ride, and for me to come off loving it was like an amazing thing. So that's probably my favourite ride at Magic Kingdom, and I'm very excited to do it in Paris when I go, which is now next month because it's February now, but I know I will be very scared to get on it because I am that much of a wimp. Now, because I'm not so keen on the thrill rides, I love the calmer, sort of more movie rides in a way. So my number 2 is Little Mermaid. I think it's Ariel's Adventures Under the Sea, something along those lines. I think that is a beautiful ride, and it is in the New Fantasyland, right at the back of New Fantasyland next to Ariel's Grotto. It's really, again, the theming all over Disney is fantastic, but the queue is beautiful and the ride itself is fantastic. I've actually got a clip of when we went on it of me and Amber, my best friend, going around in the shell belting out the music to Part of Your World. It was brilliant, and I could hear my brother and my dad in the next show over singing it as well. It's just such a lovely ride. You get to sing the songs and it's kind of like they act the film out to you as you go along. So if you like that sort of thing, you'll love the Little Mermaid ride at Magic Kingdom. It's beautiful, and they have these sorts of rides all over Disney for all different types of films, but the Little Mermaid is probably my second favourite princess film, so it holds a special place in my heart, and it's just such a lovely and fun and really cute ride. Sticking with the movie sort of theme, my third ride in my top 5 is Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, I remember going on this in Disneyland California when I was around 13, and again I was terrified because I knew there was drops in it, and they are really not big drops. I mean, completely in both parts, California and Orlando, they are fine even for the most scared people like me. It's just 2 small drops and that's it, it's done. But I really like this ride. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I like that Jack Sparrow's included in it now, I do like that, and I kind of like as well that there's a bit of a sing-song when you're on the ride and everyone sings Yo-Ho, Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for me. We went on it quite a few times when we went in 2013, and one time we actually got stuck on it and I was in hysterics because there's about 10 boats backlogged and everyone was singing the song, and it just kept going on and on and on, and it was kind of like a nightmare but kind of hysterical at the same time. The 4th ride in my top 5 is the Buzz Lightyear ride, which I think is called Space Ranger Spin. It's something along those lines, and it's basically a gun game where you shoot the targets, and it's like a competition between you and the person you sit next to. So you go around in a little green car, you shoot at the targets, and you've got to defeat Zurg and get loads of points, and then one of you wins at the end. And they take a picture, and the picture of me and Amber from our last trip is hysterical because the look of concentration on our faces is just, it's really, really funny. This is a really fun ride. It's nice to have something to be involved in, have a little bit of competition. There are ways that you can cheat apparently and become a galactic hero with getting the top score. That's something I might have to look look into for when I go this year, but it's a really, really fun ride, and it's very similar kind of to the Toy Story ride, which is incredibly popular at Hollywood Studios, so if you like that kind of thing, you'll like this one. The last ride in my top 5 is one that I wasn't sure whether to include or not, and it kind of pipped another ride to the post, which I will talk about in a minute. And again, I wasn't sure whether or not to count this as a ride, but here we go. It's the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. So basically this is like a carriageway in the sky in Tomorrowland, and it just takes you around the top of Tomorrowland, and you go past the castle, you go through Space Mountain, you go through Stitch's Great Escape and a couple of shops, and it's just a really fun sort of 10-minute trip in a little car, you and your family, and you just sit and you go through the top of the Tomorrowland area and you get an amazing view. It's nice to sort of get out the sun for 10 minutes and cool down a little bit and just chill. It's so fun. I really, really loved doing this with my family. It's just a lovely way to get a different perspective from the park and just relax for a little while. So I wasn't sure whether to include it as a ride, but I think because it moves, I'm saying that it is a ride. It did speed up at one point and I was like, oh no, what have I done? I'm in trouble, but it was completely fine. It's just a really, really calm and gentle little car journey around the top of Tomorrowland, and it's one that if you've got 10 minutes to spare or you're just chilling around in Tomorrowland, you should definitely do. I also have to give a shout out to It's a Small World, because you cannot go to Disney and not go on It's a Small World. It's a love-hate thing, but everyone has to do it. My last sneaky mention, and one that should have been in my top 5 maybe, is the Prince Charming Regal Carousel. Again, not a ride everyone's going to think is special, but to me it holds a kind of special place in my heart, because the both times I've been to Disney, it's the last ride that we have done at both places. So it's kind of special to me. I'd kind of like to keep the tradition in a way. I might see if we can do it as the last thing in Paris this year, and again in Orlando. I just think it's a really special last thing to do, because you get to go around Fantasyland, which is my favourite part of Magic Kingdom, and be underneath the castle, and it just gives you such an amazing feeling, and it's a great atmosphere, and it's really special. I just love it so much. It's a really beautiful ride, and it's one that anyone of any age can enjoy. It's probably the only thing my nan would go on if I got it to Disney World. It's kind of equal with the People Mover in my opinion. They are my top 5 rides at Magic Kingdom. Let me know what your favourite ride is at Magic Kingdom. I'd love to know what you really enjoy doing. I also really quickly wanted to mention that I did a Disney interview for the holiday website Super Breaks, and their holiday destination for the month is Disneyland Paris, and they obviously know about my Disney obsession and my upcoming trip, so they asked me a few fun questions, and I will leave the link below so you can check it out, because it's really fun, and I talk about my favourite Disney memories, favourite things to do, my dream day, and some top tips as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of Disney this week. As always, if you could subscribe if you're new, and like and comment, all that jazz, and Twitter, Instagram, social media will be down below. But yes, thank you so much, and I will see you very soon, guys. Bye!